Attorney's fees denied for Sloan in the Baldoni matter. I'm going to make a high-level overview right now that more touches on James Vitituska, and then I think I'll make another one more on the procedural stuff. Sorry, I've been MIA today. I was going down the Epstein rabbit hole and have been busy at work. So if you want to watch my Epstein videos, go back to those. Anyway, I read through the judge's opinion, and it was interesting. So basically, the judge in the Baldoni said to the Baldoni team, like, you may have filed a lawsuit against Sloan, Blake's publicist, knowing the core allegations were false. Like, he kind of says that, like, these may have been false, I think was word for word what he said, which I don't feel like he needed to necessarily write in there. But I think that the issue is way more complicated than that. So obviously Wayfair sued Leslie Sloan and I think her PR company, Vision PR, claiming that Sloan told the Daily Mail reporter, James Vitituska, that Baldoni had sexually assaulted Blake. That was kind of the foundation of the defamation claim against Sloan. That reporter, James Vitituska, has now sworn under oath twice, which we all know the debacle there about his declaration. He's changed lawyers quite a few times too. And he's basically said Sloan never said that. And that the phrase sexually assaulted, which I think he wrote in a text message, was his own mistake. And I think he also said that he wasn't referencing Sloan, but Lively's CRD complaint. I don't know. But it gets complicated to me because Vitituska is a Daily Mail reporter, or he was, right? He was. And his job is really about trading information and having the inside scoop with these PR people, kind of maybe pushing a narrative too. And so he has every kind of professional reason to protect his source. Like, if he burns Lively's publicist, who has many other famous clients, like, he's never going to have that opportunity and that access again. And especially if his statement is the basis for the PR person getting sued. Yeah, you can see where that goes wrong. So obviously there's this Christmas Day text from 2024 where Vitituska texts, I think, Brian Friedman, Baldoni's lawyer, on Christmas Day saying that Sloan never told him this and that it wasn't true, basically. And so I think, to me, there's multiple ways to read that. That could be him, like, being like, it's my mistake. This, if you interpret it this way, that's not at all what happened. Or it could be a reporter protecting their source. And I feel like there's, like, a legitimate part of me that, you know, when you look at people's self-interest, you go, who knows when he's right, when he's wrong, when he's telling the truth, when he's not telling the truth, right? Kind of leaves a question. But I think the problem is that there's kind of no evidence contradicting that text message. And, you know, like, Wayfair's argument was really just about Vitituska's credibility and to suspect that he wasn't being credible, which is kind of reasonable to me too. Like, I see both sides' arguments. One, that, like, this text message is denying it, like, here's your due diligence, like, why'd you file this? But on the other hand, you're like, can I really believe it? Sloan had asked for $1.3 million in legal fees. The judge was basically like, this motion is not the proper vehicle for that. Like, you can go file your own action and open up discovery on this. But once again, we have James Vitituska in the news.